This is Josh Hart for Seconds Out, here with Izzy Asif. Izzy, a massive, massive day for yourself. You've been saying for a long time now that 2025 will be the year where not only do you promote a world title fight, but the year you do a stadium show. You've got that first time of it coming up and you've been able to tick them off on the same show. Just talk to you about this process of getting this over the line, first of all.
All them years of me saying this for the last few years, a lot of people would have been saying, he's just talking a load of bollocks. He's just using the sale pitch, it's not going to happen, the stadium fight's not happen. And finally we've got there. Joking beside, listen, I'm grateful. I'm so relieved that we've announced this. This has been surfacing for a while now for us, we've known about it. But to actually finally get it over the line and now, it's such a relief, such an honourable day for myself, my team, people around me. You know, 3 years of working hard in this business, we've finally put a massive, huge show on Eco Power Stadium on a world title defence. Don't get much better than that, does it?
Not at all. Is the whole stadium open then? Every seat in the stadium in the stands, is it the whole open stadium for the show?
We're looking to sell every single seat in there. We might not do that, but I think the minimum we want to go is 10,000. We want to sell 10,000 tickets there. They just told me it holds 15,000. What an atmosphere that would be, 15,000 people in there. Let's see. Listen, never say never to us. Never write us off. You know, we keep pushing, we keep breaking records and barriers, and we keep pushing barriers over and jumping over obstacles and doing all sorts to get there, and we'll make it happen. And yeah, what a story that would be.
A fight on the undercard that I am very interested in, Maxi Hughes versus Archie Sharp, especially we saw the talk of Maxi Hughes versus Josh Padley potentially. Was that on the table at one point and looking at getting made? Yeah,
listen, it's funny enough, before the Shaka Stevenson call up for Saudi, there was negotiation between the Josh Padley and the Maxi Hughes fight. But obviously when that happened, they took that opportunity and then Matchroom offered him a contract, which is fair play to Josh. He's done extremely well, you know, fair play to he's secured his family financially, and well done, credit to him.
How did Archie Sharp get brought in as an opponent? What was the conversations like to get that in?
When I looked at Max Hughes, he said he wants to fight a good opponent. So obviously you got Sam Noakes, you got Josh Padley, they weren't available. And we looked down the pecking order and Archie Sharp were there, but he had a fight with Liam Dillon. So we didn't approach him. But then when that fight got called off, instantly we were on the phone to his management team and said, look, let's make this happen. We made it happen. It was a quick turnover within like a few hours of phone calls. The deal was done, contracts were signed, and he's here. Good fight, really good fight in the card.
Before I was interviewing you, I was sat literally just over there and I was scrolling through my social and I saw that Jack Bates has posted some screenshots of him sending DMs to Danny Quartermain about an anticipated rematch. What went wrong for this fight to not be on this card? Because according to what Jack said on socials, he's turned down other offers to fight on this card and rematch Danny Quartermain.
Yeah, look, I don't think that fight is going to happen on this card. It was put to Danny and his management team. Didn't want to take the fight on. He's got his own reasons for it, but listen, I don't really want to discuss them right now. You know, we're still going through back and forth with the legal team, so it'll happen. If it happens, it happens. You know, we put a great offer down for Danny Quartermain. We've enjoyed working with him. You know, we've got him top 15 in the IBF, top 15 in the WBO. You know, he's put some good nights on. But listen, it's a strange business, you know, boxing. So we'll do what we keep doing what we say and keep going, and then fighters will decide what's best for them, what avenues they want to go down, and. But I don't think we're going to have that. Would have been a great fight, Danny Quartermain, Jack Basin. First one would have drawn. You know, obviously got called off with a headbutt, but let's see. Look, strange thing happening in boxing and things turn from day to day, but as it stands, Danny Quartermain and Jack Basin won't be on this card.
Is that a fight that deserves to headline its own show potentially as well?
I think being on a card like this, just being on a card like this is a privilege to anybody. This is a huge card. And I'm not just saying that anybody who gets on this card on top, or even on the undercard, has done well, because it's a massive card, it's a great opportunity. And it's not just the fact that card, it's a fact you're going to be fighting in a stadium that there's not been a show at this stadium for 13 years. And you know, when's the next show going to happen at this stadium? We don't know. So it's a kind of once in a lifetime opportunity, especially if you're around the surrounding areas of Doncaster and South Yorkshire. So we're privileged enough to be in a. We can pick the undercard, really pick the fighters that we feel like are going to be best for this show and the platform.
And a good working relationship with Matchroom shown once again. Terri Harper stepping over to help you guys out. She'll be headlining the show. Just good to know that you've got that good working relationship with fellow promoters.
Listen, Eddie Hearn gets a lot of stick sometimes, he gets a lot of slack. A lot of promoters do, your Frank Warren do, your Eddie Hearn do, your Ben Shalom. But I'm telling you, moments like this, they were so easy to work with. Instantly thought about the well-being of the fighter, the platform where they're going to be on. Terri Harper's living a dream, and Eddie totally understood that straight away. That's a great opportunity for Terri Harper, even though she financially had bigger offers on. You know, they made it easy for us. They were comfortable us working with Terri, being on live on DAZN at the Keepmost Eco Power Stadium. And credit to Matchroom and Eddie for allowing this to happen so swiftly as well.
Just want to get your thoughts on a couple of the other big talking points in box right now. I think it's only right we go back to what happened at the weekend over in Belfast, a huge all-Irish clash between Lewis Crocker and Paddy Donovan, and what I have to say, one of the most mental endings to a night I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Disqualification for Paddy Donovan after cruising, in a lot of people's eyes, won every single round. From what you've seen and what you've heard, do you agree with the disqualification?
I think there should have been a bit more firmer warning before that final qualification. I'm not sure. Was he warned? Because I didn't watch all of it. Was he warned before a few times? Or?
He'd already had 2 points taken off prior in the contest, but not for obviously hitting after the bell.
This is a different kind of. I don't know what the ruling is, because obviously he's been 2 points away for something else, and then has he had a warning for the actual offence he's done?
He had warnings originally, then a point off, and then something else happened. And
There's only so much the referee can take, but from what I see, it was close to the end of the bell. Was it clear cut? I've seen a lot worse than that.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot worse than that after the bell get away with it. But then again, you've got to take into consideration the warnings he had and everything. But yeah, what a strange finish, what a crazy finish. This sport never surprises, does it?
For Lewis Crocker, despite not a great performance on the night, is now mandatory for Jerome Boots Ennis. In his position, if you were advising Lewis Crocker, would you go with the thing that a lot of people would say is the right thing to do morally and take a rematch with Paddy Donovan, or sit now and wait for your shot at a world title?
Listen, I'm an entertainment guy. I like the entertainment. I'll go straight back for the rematch straight away. I love the dramas. I love the kind of controversial fights and bring them out. I like the numbers it brings. I'll say get straight back in there, but listen, his team will decide what's best for him. I don't know where he is in his life, in his situation with his family and whereabouts, how long he's got left. Or look, that's down to him. But I'm an entertainer. I like to put the fights on. I want the fans to have their fights that they want. Fans want it, I'll put it on, and I'd be there straight for the rematch. Get the contract signed. Let's get it on. But listen, they'll do what they do and what's best for them.
Absolutely. Just quickly back on yourself. The announcement of the signing of Hughie Fury on a promotional deal now. First of all, do we have an opponent for April 4th yet?
Not yet, but we're looking for a huge opponent for this show here. Hughie potentially could be on this card as well. So let's see. Watch this space.
Any chance, I was talking to Peter about this and then Dave Allen himself, is there any chance we could see, maybe not on the May 23rd show, but
it could eventually happen.
Yeah.
Definitely could happen. I've got a good working relationship with Dave. Peter's obviously a huge sign under us. It damn well could happen, but what a great fight that would have been.
Any ideas as to who we could see potentially for Hugh? Obviously, all things go well, April 4th, he is on this show. Any ideas of what type of fight we can see him in? And who
we're looking at the top 10 either in US or top 10 in Europe, that kind of level opponent. They want a serious fight. Peter just said to me, put him in with anybody. And when I signed Hughie Fury, I understood that they want to mix it with the boys. They want to take them risky fights where people said Hughie's not good enough to beat. They want them fights. Music to my ears, a promoter. Let's put him in there. Shows how good you are. Absolutely.
Just one last thing. Chris Eubank Jr, Conor Benn, we saw a big press tour last week. First of all, what was your take on the egg situation?
Below the belt. I just think it's dangerous. Listen, we come from a world when you've got an object, it's not like slapping somebody or pushing them. You've got a live, viable object that could cause serious damage. Now, I know what you're saying, is it egg or whatever. Imagine Conor Benn slipped a little bit and got that in his eyes. People don't think of these circumstances, the consequences, things like that could have done. But I get the numbers it's done, and I get he's got away with what it has, but the consequences could have been severe. The outcome could have been a lot more dangerous. I think he's got away with it there. He's put an object in his pocket, unbeknown to Conor, and he's gone swinging it at his face. You know, if his natural reaction were to move down, that would have been straight in his eyes, and it would have been a complete different story right now.
How would you have dealt with that as a promoter, especially with the aggro on the stage? Obviously, it's not just any fight. It's a fight with so much bad blood on the stage, and obviously we saw Eddie give Shalom that little push. How would you have dealt with that situation as a promoter?
Left hook, right hand. I'm joking. No, I'm joking. Right hand, left hook.
Oh, fair enough. How do you see that fight playing out?
Eubank, I think Eubank's just got that bit of boxing skill. I think he'll just edge it a little bit. The bigger guy, as long as the rehydration kind of clause doesn't kill him too much, doesn't drain him too much, I think he'll be favourite to win.
Just a quick, interesting point. I was having a few conversations with people last week, and one of the talking points that has made is obviously we're coming to that stage where we've seen a lot of these stars in British boxing come to the end of their career, and we're looking for that new star. Do you feel Conor Benn stops Eubank Jr in a dominating, convincing fashion? That could be British boxing's next star.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got that star-studded feel about him, and Conor Benn. If he does put a performance on, he's the kind of guy that can sell stadiums, can be a pay-per-view. He's got that star feel about him, and yeah, and he could be definitely. And we are like searching for that, aren't we? As a British public, we're looking for that star. And listen, if he puts a clinical performance and gets rid of him, I'm sure it'll be massive nights ahead for him.
Just lastly, one more. What did you make of that whole Daniel Dubois out, Martin Bakole in fiasco the other week in Saudi? What was your thoughts on that?
Money talks, doesn't it? When you offer a substantial amount of money for fighters, whether they're fit or not fit, especially as a heavyweight, you don't have to make a weight. They take the chances, and Martin Bakole's done it. Would he live to regret it? I'm not sure. But listen, he does it for numbers, and I keep saying money talks in this game, and numbers talks. And when you offer a substantial amount, large amount of money, life-turning money, or big amount of money, where you're not going to earn in another fight, you end up taking it, don't you? So, like I keep saying, fighters will always do what's best for them and their circumstances, their situations, and he's done what he's done best for him, and he's had a good payday. Yeah, he's got beat, but you've got to weigh up losing or having that large amount of money in your life as for a family, and what you can do with that, and that's what it all comes down to at the end.
Do you feel Joseph Parker should be next up for a world title now, though?
Yeah, he keeps surprising, he keeps delivering, doesn't he? And he took a tricky fight in Martin Bakole, because Martin Bakole, on a live Martin Bakole, would have been a hard fight for him, but this was obviously a Martin Bakole that sat in a hotel drinking and eating for 4 weeks, from what I'm hearing. You know, he weren't prepared for this, he weren't ready for this, and what happened, what we expected, so credit to Joseph Parker.
Dubois versus Usyk, who wins and how?
Usyk. Nobody beats Usyk.
Do you not think Dubois can take a little bit of confidence?
No. Usyk always finds a way.
Do you not feel there's the youth on Dubois' side?
Usyk always finds a way. I don't think anybody beats him.
Fair enough. Izzy, top man, we look forward to Fight Week, May 23rd, Eco Rovers Stadium. We look forward to it.
Cheers.